movement, or rather, three smart movement hacks to prevent stiffness, pain, and fatigue when sitting all day. Now, as an executive mom, you may be sitting for long hours at your desk, and this is a bit of a non negotiable thing, right? So, whether you are writing those emails, whether you're leading the meetings, handling projects, or just finishing them up, whatever you're doing at work, your body spends most of the time, rather, you spend most of the time sitting rather than moving. By the end of the day, you may feel the effects. You might feel stiffness, lower back pain, the tight shoulders and neck area, or sluggish energy levels, all these creeping in. You might even feel fatigue. Now, we all know that movement is essential for reducing your pain and stiffness in the body and to take away that sluggishness, that lack of energy or focus kind of a feeling. And but really fitting in those long workout hours or movement hours into your daily routine may not seem like a very possible task. Now, the good news is you don't need to go to the gym and take out that extra hours in the day to get this done. You can do this with small strategic movement that can be built into your daily routine, into your schedule, without taking away a big chunk of your time. And you can keep your muscles engaged, boost your circulation, and overcome all that pain and stiffness, fatigue, and low energy levels without actually stepping away from your desk. Now, of course, the best is if you can stand up, move around, but if you cannot do that, how do you achieve it? So let's talk about it in today's video, which is three smart movement hacks to prevent pain, stiffness, and fatigue when you are sitting all day. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their spinal, that is back and neck, and nerve pain. I do this by giving you simple exercises, some easy lifestyle modifications, some tips and tricks that have helped me in my own pain and adrenal fatigue journey. Now, when I say adrenal fatigue, those of you who are familiar with this would know it has a lot of symptoms, but I talk about the two main ones that I had. One is lack of focus, that is your mommy brain or brain fog, and the other one is lack of energy or low energy levels. Now, I do all of this without taking away a big chunk of your time. Well, really, the whole point of this video, because we are moms, we're busy people, right? So let's get back into the topic for today, which is three smart movement hacks to prevent stiffness, pain, and fatigue when you are sitting all day long. Now, how do you do that? So, the very first thing is make micro movements a habit. Now, I'm not telling you to go and do a big movement. However, when you're sitting all day, that is not a problem. The problem is sitting still for long hours. So break up that static posture, because your body is not meant for prolonged static postures, be it sitting, standing. I mean, whichever one of these you're looking at. But most of us are sitting down for work. So that's why let's talk about sitting posture. So break up your static sitting postures with a bit of micro movement to improve that circulation, to increase that mobility, rather reduce the stiffness. How do you do this? You shift your weight from one side to the other. Like right now, I am sitting down, but I'm actually shuffling my weight from one side of my bottom to the other. So sorry, I have just got a phone call. Let me just, okay. So, just give me a second. Sorry. So, what I was saying is that when you have, I lost my chain of thought there. Yeah. So when you do those micro movements, what can you do? You can shift your weight from one side to the other. You can roll your shoulders backwards every half an hour to 1 hour. You can do some ankle circles or toe taps under your desk when you're sitting. You could do seated core engagement exercises. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of this. I have done a full video on it. You can have a look at it on my YouTube channel, or you can go to my YouTube, just type my name, Swati Prakash, and core, and that will come up for you. Now, another thing that I have done is I have written a blog on the same topic, which is 4 easy tips to keep your body moving, even if you sit all day. Yes, I have included 4 tips there because it's too much to cover over here. So you can go to that blog and read the other tip that I have for you. I have also got a link to the blog on seated core exercises, basically exercises that you can do while you are sitting at your desk, and they're so discreet that you won't even know that, and nobody would know that you're doing those exercises. And they can be easily fitted into your daily routine or your day-to-day schedule. Anyway, so I will leave a link to that blog in the description of this video. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link is in my bio. If you can't find it, just message me and I'll send it across to you. All right, so moving on from micro movements, we will go on to a very easy yet a very effective one that has worked for me. So that is use built-in movement triggers. Now, what do I mean by that? It's just a fancy way of saying is to ensure that you move consistently, attach it to something that you do daily. For example, every time you send an email, stand up and stretch and walk for 30 seconds, or just take a movement break. I will tell you what that movement break is, but first, hear me out. During your phone calls, of course, if it's not a video call, walk around rather than staying seated. Stretch while you're waiting for that cup of coffee, while you're waiting for that Zoom call to start. You can just do a good stretch sitting at your desk. You can even set reminders or put sticky notes for that quick posture reset. Again, the details for that posture reset will be in the blog that I mentioned, and I will leave the link in the description. Now, another thing you could do is I was talking about the movement break. So another thing you could do is you can build in some desk friendly mobility drills. Now what that means is even when you're glued to your computer, you're sitting here doing whatever work you're doing at your desktop or your laptop, you can keep your body active with simple mobility exercises. For example, for your neck, you can move your neck from one side to the other as if you're saying no or doing a shoulder check when you're driving. Or you can just tilt your neck from one side to the other. For the wrists, you can just hold your wrist and do some circles clockwise and anti-clockwise. So these are like a set of exercises. I have made a free video guide on these that starts with exercises starting from, from your neck down to your toes. Of course, you can pick and choose the ones that you want to do, or you can do the whole thing together because it usually takes under 2 to 3 minutes to complete that full set of exercises. Of course, you can stretch it for longer if you want to. So you could do some, wrist and hand stretches, as I was saying. So this is what I meant by a movement break when I referred to it earlier. Again, you will find that free video guide on desk-based exercises in my blog, and I will leave the link in the description. Now, there are a couple more things that I wanted to talk about, but we will go over the time limit. So I don't want this video to be very long. Otherwise, it'll be I don't know, I lose focus when the videos are too long. So, as in when I'm listening to them. So, that is all I wanted to share with you. If you have any questions, any comments, or if I used any terminology or any words that you don't understand, let me know and I will try my best to help you out with these. So, remember, you can move more, feel better without adding in that extra work. You don't need extra hours in the day to stay active. You just need to have smarter movement habits. Now, by weaving in all these that we talked about, those micro movements, those posture friendly shifts into your routine, you will be able to reduce that pain, boost the energy, stay strong, reduce your fatigue, etc., all without disrupting your workflow. Alrighty, I hope that was useful for you. And again, as I said, if you have any questions, any comments, leave them in the comments below and I will address them for you.